Some big news coming in. Ram Madhav returns to the RSS from BJP. Ram Madhav to join All India Executive of RSS. Earlier, Madhav was the General Secretary in Amit Shah's team. Rahul Srivastav joining us live for more details on this. Cutting across, Rahul, take us through Ram Madhav, the popular face of the BJP now going back to the RSS. He is now appointed as... He's going to be part of the All India Executive of the RSS. He's going to be joining that team. Take us through the details.
It's a significant change as far as the RSS is concerned. The RSS is the ideological mentor of the BJP. Now, over the last few years, the RSS's role within the BJP has completely transformed. From an organization which was in the fringes and back of the visible face of the saffron parivar, the RSS is now a very dominant force as far as the BJP's political effort is concerned. One of the major triumphs over the last few years has been the Ram Mandir construction, which was virtually spearheaded by the RSS. And then, say, for example, the removal of Article 370 is yet another pet agenda of the RSS. RSS has, every 3 years, it elects a new body which governs the RSS and all the programs in the country. Now, while Mohan Bhagwat is the Karewag, is the top entity as far as the RSS is concerned, two of the very prominent faces, Suresh Joshi, that is who is also known as Bhaiya Joshi, and Suresh Soni, there were two people who have been carrying on the task as General Secretaries or second in command for almost 12 to 13 years. And there was a need for a new guard, the RSS felt. And today, that is why Mr. Dattatreya Hosabale has been elevated. There is a new team to assist Mr. Mohan Bhagwat. In that, among that, the prominent change which one can see is that Ram Madhav, who was drafted to the BJP in 2014 as one of the prominent faces of the RSS at one time, he was a very high-profile General Secretary with great footprint in the alliance between the BJP and the PJP in Jammu and Kashmir government. And also later in Assam, he did a lot of work. But it seems over the last few years, he was out of favor. He was not even part of the team of JP Nadda as the party president. He has been brought back to the RSS. And after coming back, he will be part of the Akhil Bharatiya Karyakarni or the national executive of the RSS. Another important change which has happened is that Suresh Soni is not likely to be part of there. Now the five most important people after Mr. Mohan Bhagwat are going to be Dr. Krishnan Gopal, Mukund, Dr. Manmohan Vaid, Arun Kumar and others. So what one can say is for the future policies and campaigns of RSS, a new team is in place under Mr. Mohan Bhagwat.
Right. Thank you very much for joining us with those details, Rahul. Meanwhile, Dattatreya Hosabale has now become the new RSS General Secretary. Hosabale was until now the Joint General Secretary of the Sangh. He replaces Bhaiyaji Joshi. 73-year-old Bhaiyaji Joshi became the General Secretary in 2019 and completed 4 terms of 3 years each. Dattatreya Hosabale is around 65 years of age, hails from a family of RSS activists in Karnataka. He joined the RSS in 1968 and in 1978 became a full-time organizer. In 2004, he became the second in command of the intellectual wing of the RSS. Dattatreya is seen as a modern and progressive face of the RSS. Now, Hosabale is known for his progressive approach. Speaking at the India Today conclave back in 2016, Dattatreya Hosabale took a liberal view on homosexuality, unlike the traditional position of the RSS on that subject. Let's take a listen.
Is there a possibility that the RSS's view on homosexuality also could possibly change, sir?
The sexual preferences are private and personal. Why RSS should discuss that in public?
True. But would there be opposition from the RSS if Section 377
What happens in the inside the room, I don't know. People see gay, being a gay, transgender, or anything, they are all personal preferences. RSS has no view on that. It is for the people to have their own way, as long as it is not going to affect social and other national traditions and ethos. The personal preferences of sexuality is not being discussed in RSS, and we don't want to discuss, and I'm the last person to discuss on public platform like this, because they are personal and private.
So you don't think of homosexuality as a crime that needs to be penalized, that's against Indian tradition, for example?
I don't think. I don't think it should be treated as a crime that should be punished, as long as it doesn't affect the life of others.